by the gate. Bring it. Take it. Oh, he's bold.
Oh.
He's bold. He is bold.
Beautiful
Dustin Pitcher, that's a beautiful ball.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our Cup Match 2019 highlight show right here on Channel 82. Cup Match this year was on August 1st and 2nd at the lovely Wellington Oval in St. George, and it was a spectacular affair. My name is Sean Tucker. I'm here along with Jason Ford, and we are your Voice of Summer Cup Match commentary team. It was a beautiful day for cricket. Wellington Oval was at its absolute best, and Bermuda was ready for what we know as the premier sporting event in our annual calendar. So for the next hour, we will be bringing you some of the highlights of the match, as well as the sights and sounds taking place around the field, all of which together make what we know as our annual Cup Match Classic.
Also in this Cup Match special, we will be talking with the two captains, Lionel Can from St. George's and Jordan De Silva from Somerset, along with the youngster, LJ Richardson, the Colt. Now, we're also going to be talking with the president of St. George's, Neil Painter, along with his management team, Romeo Ruddock and Brandy Bassett.
And of course, you can't have a Cup Match highlight special without the fashion. And so to that end, we're going to hear something from the ladies of the T who went island-wide looking for die-hard St. George's and Somerset Cup Match fans. All that plus a whole lot more over the course of the next hour on this Cup Match 2019 highlight special right here on Channel 82.
And we're in Somerset today looking for die-hard Somerset fans. Where are you? Hey guys, let's go. We're gonna look for some Somerset fans. We're heading your way right now, Somerset.
What's up? It's Kristen. You are here in St. George's. And yes, as you all know, I am a massive St. George's fan. I live in St. George's. I have a shop right down the street here, and I'm a part of the Tea Talk Show. And so the women of the Tea are a part of your Cup Match celebration this year. I'm going to be walking around the town, finding out where are all the die-hard St. George's supporters. I know where they are because I hang out here every day. I know who's for St. George's. We're going to go find them, get their predictions for the game, get them to give a shout out to the team, and just, get everybody pumped up for Cup Match. It's blue and blue through and through with your girl, Kristen.
Hi, Shakira Carr. Are you a Somerset die-hard fan?
I am not a Somerset die-hard fan.
Listen, I am die-hard.
Girl, this red looks so good next to you.
You're St. George's fan, okay? You live in Somerset? I live in Somerset. Oh my goodness. You're what? Transport. What does that mean? It means that I came from Bayless Bay and now I live in Somerset.
You know?
Poison.
Oh, heaven's sake, God bless you. Okay, well, you know what? Thank you very much for your time. Love you dearly. Mwah. Okay, we're here at one of my favorite restaurants, Wahoo's. You know I eat here all the time, and I know they are Cup Match, St. George's Cup Match fans inside. So we're gonna go inside, say hey to these lot, and get them to give a shout out to the winning Cup Match team for 2019. Let's go on in. So this is Michaela. Hello, Michaela.
Hi.
And I have to ask you for the camera, but of course I already know. Who is your Cup Match team?
St. George's.
Blue and blue?
Through and through.
Listen. Good boy. You're a Somerset fan?
Of course.
Of course. Where's your red?
Huh?
Where's your red?
St. George's.
His red's down St. George's. That's a good answer.
St. George's.
Blue and blue, through and blue. Everybody here are blue and blue supporters. Yes, and in fact, Wahoo's will host the Cup Match team, the St. George's Cup Match team, as part of the lead up to the game after the selection. They'll come down here for food, drink, celebration. So Wahoo's is definitely blue and blue through and through. They don't even have any red in their restaurant at all. They would never. Generally, everybody here is blue and blue through and through, and we are rooting for the 2019 Cup Match champions, St. George's. Bye, 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 bye.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by HSBC Bermuda. Cup Match in Bermuda brings the community together. And through its lead sponsorship, HSBC is proud to be a part of this important cultural event. Leading up to the event, we have been pleased to host celebratory activities for our customers at our 4 branches and Compass Point. As well as our now famous Cup Match motorcade. And here at the game, through our sponsorship, we're helping to make possible live TV, radio, and internet coverage. From all of us at HSBC Bermuda, we wish you a happy, healthy, and safe holiday.
Are you experiencing hair loss due to excessive perms, weaving, overstyling, or even aging? Have you ever dreamt of having that full, fabulous head of hair? People have come to me frequently over the years with a wide range of hair loss conditions. So I've developed my own clinically proven hair growth formula to help those patients suffering from excessive shedding, thinning, and those receding hairlines.
With a blend of both natural and pharmaceutical compounds that promote healthy hair, Dr. Brown's Hair Growth Formula contains 5% FDA-approved minoxidil. This twice-daily formula will improve blood flow, add nutrients to your hair follicles, and can be used by both men and women.
My hair growth formula will grow, strengthen, moisturize, and restore damaged hair. It's very easy to use and available at North Shore Medical, your local hair salons, and your barbershops.
To place your order, please call 293-5476. Dr. Brown's Hair Growth Serum, providing a new look that grows with you.
Ever wanted to be part of a live studio audience? Well, now's your chance.
It's time to get the tea with your hosts, Tanika Eve, Patricia Pudson-Nesbitt, Aziza Ferbert, Marlene Juliet Flynn, Kristen White.
The Tea, the Caribbean's newest talk show, discussing female issues. Be part of the drama, have a laugh, and of course receive all the tea. For more information, visit theteatalkshow.com or call 296-2605.
Ready box, cloud DVR storage, more local channels on every device in your home. Get more with FiberWire TV.
We're here with Lionel Can, the captain of St. George's Cricket Club. Lionel, Somerset won the toss and sent you into bat. What was your strategy going into the match, and what did you take into account in formulating that strategy?
Yeah, well, we have been planning for a whole month to get a nice green top.
Where you see a lot of grass, you're going to see the ball making its ways left and right. So we're going to see it turning. All this in this area right here.
Nice and lively and bouncy, and then it would deteriorate as second day went on.
You see some of the grass starting to wither away, deteriorate, and we're going to be looking for a lot of turn for the second day.
We got that. We was looking to bat, and we were looking to bat once through Cup Match. We knew that the wicket would deteriorate the second day once the grass started crumbling a bit, and so we were pretty happy. Either way, we knew that Somerset wouldn't bat on it, and we knew that we were going to go to bat.
So the strategy was to bat once. So
Yeah,
because there was a lot of commentary around the fact that you batted until T to get up to 297. Mm-hmm. There was some commentary expecting, well, 220 was enough, 250 was enough. But if your intention was to bat once, then that wouldn't have been enough. So 300 was.
Yeah, we wanted to get the best of the wicket. The wicket was good for batting first, and then we wanted to make sure we had enough on the board where if we had to put them back to bat a second time, we can either get it 2-1 or possibly score enough quick runs, 80 or 90, where we're still in the match.
All right. Talking about quick runs, leading into lunch, he was about 110, 112 for 2. Obviously a good foundation after losing Treadwell Gibbons early.
Gibbons is out. He's out. Caught and bowled.
Rodney Trott and Tamika Wilson putting on a 135-run partnership. Obviously for a captain, that really set you guys up. But do you think you could have made, even accelerated a bit more?
Well, yeah. Well, we went into lunch. We were 110 for 1, and then when we lost Tamika, it was 140 for 2, and that's when we sent Alan Douglas, which was the key to pick up the run rate. Obviously, that did not come off.
Douglas going for a big one. He's up in the air, and he's out. He is out. As Douglas looking to take him over the covers, but got a top edge and run out to point. Back with a point and a good running catch. And Alan Douglas has ran off the field.
He went without scoring. And so we had to reset and go back again and start building again.
And I'm glad you said that, because obviously when we were looking at O.J. Pitcher, the likes of O.J. Pitcher being in the side, and we're seeing him drop down the order. I mean, you guys had to be fighting inside the change room now. When does he go? When does he go?
Yeah, well, O.J. Pitcher's a team player. And it was actually Oliver Pitcher Jr. that was the one that says, listen, maybe I should wait and Allen should be pushed forward. We need quick runs. So, as a team player, he had taken himself out of the equation and actually wanted to bet rate on number 8, number 9, so we can pick up the run rate a bit.
Youngsters coming through. Onias once again coming through with 50 runs.
Right arm over the wicket to Bascom. Bascom skips down the wicket. Oh, it's a biggie. Oh, it's going to the boatyard. It's going to the boatyard.
How did you feel about your players obviously batting that first day and coming away with those half centuries?
I mean, it's brilliant. Obviously, since we lost Cup match, we have never been in the match. We've never had a lead at the first stage. So, we've always been against it, always fighting the first innings. Somerset's always been on top. So our plan was to make sure we were on top the first innings. So we're always into the match. But like we say, Onias, he's coming along. He's going to be St. George's next captain. So it's nice to see him progressing. Younger Mackay Simmons, it's controversy if we were going to pick him this year, but he's had such a stellar year. So he's come in and he scored his first 50 in Cup match.
This one of these, that's big. Oh. That's big. You keep saying that's big, and that's 50 up for Mackay Simmons. That's the way to bring up a 50 for Mackay Simmons, the former captain of St. George's.
That's his first?
That's his first 50 of the Classic. This is a good story for St. George's.
So, and obviously Rodney, he's been missing from Cup match. We all know what Rodney can do. So, we have a nucleus of players that we can see that can stand up to Somerset's Berlin attack. So it was nice for me as captain to see.
For that first day and for that first morning, that first session, how did you fare with Somerset's bowling attack? We're talking about it on that green wicket. How did you guys fare with that?
Well, we knew we actually played the final trial on the wicket, so we knew exactly what to expect. You're going to have to take a few bumps and bruises and battle through it. We knew that Malachi was injured. We knew he couldn't bowl fast on the wicket. So, young Mabry was leading the attack all by himself when it came to pace. So we knew we just had to battle through it. But we saw when the wicket was playing up to lunch, it was perfect for batting. Although the ball was moving about, we knew we had the best of the wicket, so we knew what we had to do.
What was your targets for when you decided to declare at T? What was your target initially, and did you get close to your target?
Well, our target was actually to declare 20 minutes before T. The team was like, let's get Somerset back in, and it was me, myself, that made the choice that we had 230 runs with 20 minutes to go, and Justin Pitcher just tore it up, which got us up. Actually, I thought it was worth betting the extra 20 minutes. So that was my choice. The team wanted to declare. I took the choice because I wanted to set attacking fields. If you're going to get 20 wickets, you're going to have to get fielders into attacking positions. I didn't want where they get the odd four runs or odd boundary, and then I have to start defending. I just wanted to attack. So that was my decision to go up to T.
When we come back, we're going to be talking more with the captain from St. George's, Lionel Can. And
at the beginning of the show, we talked about the ladies from the T who went island-wide trying to convert newfound Cup match fans to Bermuda's annual sporting classic, the annual Cup match.
St. George's.
Yes, right? You would recommend
Absolutely.
St. George's. It's the way to go.
It's the only thing.
You've got your blue bike. You're already in it.
Yes, we're excited.
Basically, you are now honorary St. George's fans, supporters. I have taken you under my wing. You will be wearing blue and blue. You will be yelling out blue and blue through and through. Yes, blue and blue
Through and through.
Yeah, we're talking about cup match, and I'm looking for these Somerset diehard fans. Now, are we
Right, all that. And look, she's clearly for St. George's. Look at her fingernails. Blue. She's for blue. Blue and blue.
Are we going to Somerset in your red shirt to pink?
No.
This is what it's our year, right? Absolutely. Blue and blue.
All day.
All day. Blue and blue, through and through.
Through and through.
Burn, burn, burn.
We're going to St. George's in your red shirt to paint St. George's red.
No.
Yes, that is what we're doing.
I'm going.
Yeah, and you know what? You've prepared for it so well. Even his dream catcher is red.
Said that you are supporting what team?
St. George's.
St. George's. Yeah, St. George's. Blue and blue. So, yes, we will be bringing him the cup this year. Isn't that correct?
I hope.
Absolutely is what she means. Absolutely.
Tell us your name.
Me?
Yes.
Ready? I am the lone wolf. I'm Native American.
You're the lone wolf? Is that what you would like people to know you by today?
Thank you very much.
Okay, this is the lone wolf, the die-hard Somerset fan in his red shirt. Good to meet you, sir.
The Brown Darrow Clinic offers caring professionals ultra-modern equipment, including a high-tech CT scanner and a private environment with parking steps from our door. If you're anxious about a CT scan or afraid of hospitals, our staff will put you at ease. Earlier detection leads to earlier treatment, and Brown Darrow gives you another on-island option for professional care. Brown Darrow Clinic, building trust, one patient at a time.
Calling all health seekers.
Looking for health information? Want to get fit? Spend time with the family and have fun?
On Wednesday, September 25th, 2019, the Department of Health celebrates wellness with this year's focus, Healthy Aging. From 2:30 to 6:30 p.m. in the Victoria Park, enjoy a variety of activities, entertainment, and sounds by DJ Peppy. During this event, you'll get to participate in a simulated dementia experience, enjoy Move More Bingo, speak to a variety of health professionals, enthusiasts, and much more. Admission is free, so bring the entire family.
Come and join the fun and work out with me, along with the ladies from Energized Wellness Solutions.
And if you're a senior, 65 and older, you'll receive a complimentary soup and roll. That's Wednesday, September 25th, from 2:30 to 6:30 p.m. at Victoria Park in the city of Hamilton. The Department of Health celebrating wellness, where healthy aging starts today.
4K ready box, cloud DVR storage, more local channels on every device in your home. Get more with FiberWire TV.
Have dreams of starting a business in Bermuda? Looking to grow your existing business? BEDC is the premier source of free business advice and guidance in Bermuda. We use innovative solutions to support new and existing entrepreneurs with education, management, advocacy, networking, and financing. Let BEDC help you reach your business goals. We're only a call, email, or click away. Call 292-5570 or stop by our offices in Sophia House to become a member today. BEDC, Bermuda business starts here.
And welcome back. Well, Lionel Can, Somerset's going into bet now, opening up with Chris and Taryn, just coming off a big partnership the year before. Obviously, we got your strike boilers on. You guys got to be pumped up, looking to knock these guys out. What was your strategy between tea and the end of the day? What were you trying to achieve in that period of time?
Yeah, well, we talked about in the change room that we wanted 5 wickets at the end of the day. We knew the Berlin attack from the week before. We knew what the wicket was going to do. And, we got off to the perfect start. We got Chris run out, then Dion came in, and our big thing was to get the big four out. Once you get the big four, which is Taryn, Chris, Dion, and Steven, we knew that the others would give chances, at least. Those are the big four that can get big scores. So, at the end of the day's play, we had four out, the big four out, and we had Dion that retired, not sure if he's coming back. So, we were very, very happy at the end of the day's play.
I looked at your opening bowlers. They didn't capture no wickets in that session. Were you a bit concerned, even though Picnic Rodney Trott was bowling quite well. 6 overs, only gave up like 12 runs, picked up a wicket. But were you concerned with your opening bowler, especially with the top that you wanted? Were you concerned they hadn't picked up any wickets?
Well, I wasn't concerned with the wickets. The thing was them scoring runs. I knew wickets would come. The wicket would start doing the little things, and then we knew that when the chances come, we'll have to take them. So it wasn't about being a flat track. We knew that the chances would come. So it wasn't worried. We had one hand tied on. Picnic had his hand tied on, so it was just rotating my pace bowlers, keeping them fresh.
That moment when Chris got ran out.
This one, oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. And he is out. He's run out. Chris Douglas.
I felt that Somerset was on top of the game a bit, but that sort of changed the momentum. Was that the way it was on the field with you guys?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we had 297 runs. You know what I mean? The main thing was to make sure that they didn't catch up to our score. So once you lost Chris, you know what I mean, him, and then we picked up Taryn right after that.
Yeah. This one's down on the pitch on the, and he's out.
Oh, yeah,
he's out. Didn't even see him down there.
Yeah.
That one was short, pitched on the middle stump.
Leg bond.
And Frey goes to hook him, but it was a man down actually.
Yeah.
We're talking with the youngster, L.J. Richardson, coming in, Colt, scoring 29 more runs than his father did. I thought I'd throw that out there. But what you thought of his performance?
I thought he was first class. The reading I got on LJ was that he's an English batsman. He plays correct. He's not going to take any risks, anything. And, you know, we set attacking fields and according. And he's a little nervous when he came in, like most Colts. But then he started playing some fluent shots. And we knew after about 2 or 3 hours, I'm like, listen, guys, we got to set this guy up because it's no slowing down.
To the right-hander. Richardson, and Richardson pulls this one up. Beautiful stroke. Outside the off stump and pulls that one right through mid-wicket for 4.
Luckily that we got him because he was on fire there for a bit.
Richardson's flicking him off his pads. He might be out. He's out.
He's out.
He's out.
Alan Douglas.
Great bit of cricket there.
Alan Douglas, as Richardson flicks him off his pad right to the man on the boundary. That's
119 for 4 after 33 overs. That was the end of the day. How did you guys felt that you played the first day?
It was brilliant. Everything went according to plan. We wanted 5 wickets. We only got 4, but Dion had retired, so the plan was perfect. We was very happy that night. You know, the food even tastes better that night. Yeah, so yeah, we felt we were very much into this match because Somerset has not been at a deficit, or their middle order has not been tested in 5 or 6 years.
So by all accounts, it seemed as if the commentary all around the field was that by all accounts, St. George's was in a much better position than had been anticipated, and you guys went into the end of the day
definitely
in strong standing.
Yes.
When we come back, we'll hear some more from. We'll have some more highlights of the 2019 annual Cup Match Classic, and we'll hear some more from the ladies from the tee on this highlight show of Cup Match 2019, right here on Channel 82.
What is your message to Team Somerset for today?
Somerset, you got this. Don't even worry about St. George's. Like, we got this. We got the cup. We're keeping the cup.
Please tell me your team, St. George's.
You know what I mean? I'm just trying to tell St. George's, just stay blessed and highly flavored. You understand what I'm talking about? Because we're here right now, baby. Cup Match 2019. We were
going to Red, so we're here.
You got some bad friends around this place, honestly, because I'm for the opposite team. I support blue and blue. But you guys are enjoying yourselves right now? Yeah.
Right on your side, look.
It's all love and positivity here. So let me ask you something. Who is the winning team?
If anything, all I can say is that the Cup's staying with Somerset.
So. So you think the Cup's going to stay? Okay, we're going to see.
St. George's all the way.
St. George's all the way. This is a smart man. Thank you, Carlos.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by HSBC Bermuda.
For the 13th consecutive year, HSBC Bermuda is the lead sponsor of Cup Match. And while HSBC's sponsorship is one that the bank's employees are particularly proud of, it is just one of the many community activities which HSBC supports, providing after-school homework help, addressing food insecurity through meal preparation and serving, spending quality time with the elderly, gift wrapping for Toys for Tots, and restoring Cooper's Island Nature Reserve are only some of the ways HSBC teams continue to volunteer within our community. HSBC is proud to be part of Cup Match and this important Bermudian cultural celebration.
St. George's Cricket Club celebrates the winners of this year's 38th Annual Cricket Sports Awards.
Nominees include 1979 Under-19 Cricket Team, Calvin Bummy Simons, Dion Stovall, George O'Brien, Greg Mayberry,
Samantha Knights,
Sanaa Barkley, Argus Group.
And the winner is
Sanaa Barkley,
Dion Stovall,
Ready box, cloud DVR storage, more local channels on every device in your home. Get more with FiberWire TV.
Tired of receding and thinning hair? Want to grow your hair 3 times faster than normal? Dr. Brown's Hair Growth Shampoo Additive reduces hair shedding, improves hair growth, reduces dandruff, and soothes itchy scalp. All you have to do is add 3 drops of Dr. Brown's Hair Growth Shampoo Additive to your favorite shampoo, lather, rinse, dry, and in 90 days, you'll see great improvements. To place your order or request additional product information, please call 441-293-5476. Dr. Brown's Hair Growth Shampoo Additive. Hair you'll grow to love.
Cup Match 2019, Day 2. The score at the end of Day 1, Somerset were 119 for 4 in reply to St. George first inning score of 297 for 6 declared. We're talking to Lionel Can, the captain of St. George's Cricket Club. Lionel, going into Day 2, how did you feel?
Oh, we felt really good, very refreshed. The team had breakfast. Boys that needed physio got physio, and the bus ride down to the field was very exciting. Just to go across all the fans on the causeway, and you see the campers, and they were out bright and early. We was in, so everybody was anticipating Day 2 for first time for a long time.
And so Somerset's goal, of course, was to surpass your 297. You had how much did you think was a reasonable? What did you think was a realistic score that you could get Somerset up for?
220, 230. We figured that the last 5 batsmen will give them 100 runs. Yeah. Vickett was still playing pretty good, so we figured 220, a little 70-run lead, we'll take that.
Obviously, people want to talk about the catches. Let's talk about the catches, because I think those are the times, and we mentioned in the commentary what happens after the catches with the body language of players, especially when team where you feel like you're on top or you need that momentum change. How is it trying to keep motivating guys after they have dropped a chance?
This one was short, and he could be dropped. He could be dropped.
Wow. Yeah, I think that was dropped.
Wow. I think it was dropped.
He
it came off the glove. The ball just took a bit of a flight. Jordan De Silva tried to get his gloves down as quickly as possible.
It was easy to motivate this team once catches went down. Everybody kept them up. I think you even saw Justin Pitcher come down and touch the keeper, saying it's okay, There's these sort of things. It was easy to keep going because guys had one purpose, was to win Cup Match this year.
Okay, so the big question for everybody: how did you drop your catch?
Oh, pitcher to Jones, who skies this one in the air.
Lionel Can's under.
He's dropped. Lionel Can dropped him.
Well, I gotta tell you the truth about my catch. It wasn't in the sun. It went straight up. I looked around, I said, there's nobody else here to take this? And, you know, I just dropped it. I've been dropping this high ones all year. It's not a surprise. For some reason, you know, it's something I have to work on, but mine wasn't, it would have been a surprise if I took it for the team. But you move on from that.
Yes,
yeah.
yeah. And that's one thing I like to see. Like I said, we talked about the body language to get back into the game because obviously you guys hung in there for that early session.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, the chances came. The main thing was that we knew. I mean, when we arrived to the ground, we knew everything was perfect. Unfortunately, something happened. The wicket got cut, which demoralized us a small bit, but we kept pushing. Somerset was very happy when they saw the wicket had been cut.
I want you to stop there because you're just saying that a lot of our listeners and a lot of our viewers might not know exactly what that would actually do. What was the detriment by the wicket being cut?
Or was there a detriment?
Or was there a detriment?
What impact did it have?
What was the impact did it have?
Well, it has major impact. What happens is when you have the covers on all night and you have a full grassy wicket, what happens is it holds moisture. So in the morning, the ball swings about and does a little bit more. That's just what happens in a grassy wicket. The covers were taken off at 8:30. The wicket at 8:40 was trimmed on to where it had no grass on it. So what happens is it don't crumble. The grass, when you take the grass off, it takes away the inconsistent bunks that could possibly be. So it does have an impact, but you can't live off of that. You know, we still created 8 chances. We dropped 8 catches. So the guys told you if we would have took the catches, we won't be here talking about the wicket being cut. But it did happen. It did play in guys' minds, but we soldiered on.
It's all part of the game.
All part of the game.
When Somerset had surpassed the score and you guys went into bat again, what was your guys' mindset?
The mindset was it was 3:30. It was just too late to get a result. The wicket hadn't changed. It was stayed flat because the grass was cut. And we knew that even if we go in for 20 overs and go hard and give them 150, to bowl Somerset out in 20 overs is almost impossible with that team, with the wicket still being flat. So, you know, my instructions to the guys was, listen, you know, go out there, bet, make 50s, make 100s, you know, get paid for the day. We're not going to win it. I'm just be straight up and honest with you. It was 40 overs left in the day when we went to bed, and it was impossible to bowl Somerset out in 20 overs.
So throughout the day, you had already came to a conclusion that basically it was going to end up being a draw based on...
Once Somerset passed our score, and it was a 30-run lead, we knew it instantly then. To get the 30 runs and then set a target, it was impossible to win. And then it just didn't make a sense us giving Somerset the game to lose. You have to stop the rut somewhere. Somerset had, you know, been dominating for a bit, and just to give them the game, we didn't deserve to lose.
Going in for the last half or the second half of the second innings, was your feeling that Somerset were going out there to actually win? They needed about 12 runs and over, right, for that last. Did you get the impression that they came out there to win the match, or they were playing for a draw? I mean, the philosophy, obviously, they didn't play much because there was only one ball.
Yeah, the philosophy would be, in that stage, was to obviously come out there for the spectators and play. It was
and
7.
You as a captain would have done what?
Me as a...
In that position, if you were in Somerset's position, what would your strategy have been? Knowing you need 12 runs and over, 20 overs to do it.
I mean, you got to remember the game has changed, right? It's 2020, cricket's been involved now, and you have to believe that you can get, in 10 overs, you have to believe you can get 120 runs at a small field and the wicket playing good. So I'm sure the belief was that they can actually get the runs. Them actually doing it, I don't think it was possible at 7:15. With 10 overs and darkness, you know, just imminent, and slowing down things as a captain, I don't think they would have had to get it in 6 overs. But they done the correct thing by chasing it, and of course it can be done. But the reality was it would have been dark. Them trying to get it.
Well, let's talk about the incident, the first ball.
Yeah, you know, that's an unfortunate incident. Obviously, you never want to see anyone get injured. You know, I'm sure Dion would learn from that he should be wearing a helmet. And I'm sure any young person watching the game would know that they have to have the proper equipment when you're facing fast bowling and you're trying to attack the bowling.
See, I'm glad he said that, Sean, because we've been around long enough to know when he didn't wear a helmet when he was younger. Now he's gotten older, and he brings that helmet up quite often now.
Well, I never bet without a helmet, even if it's spin bowling. You know, the last 10 years of my life since I started playing overseas Bermuda and playing against fast bowlers that sniff and cross your head. I wear a helmet. I can top edge, sweeping, anything. So, it's a protective thing. It's something that happened, and hopefully everybody learns a lesson from it.
Now, before you go, we got to talk about your speech. This may be your last Cup match. If it is, 1,199 runs, the third all-time run getter in Cup match. Only behind Gennaro and Charlie Marshall. Now, coming into Cup match, you came in as a builder, basically.
Yeah.
To come be the third place.
Yeah, I think.
Shows how good you are, right?
I don't know how good I am, but I don't think about it much, but it's amazing, to make so many runs betting. I came in as a bowler betting number 9, and throughout my whole career, I've betted 6, 7, 8. So, it's not like I bet early to have it. So to get this sort of thing is obviously, it turns out to be a good career. But, you don't play for rackets, but hopefully it motivates a youngster coming through that, something to strive for, to catch that amount of runs.
Well, I just want to say on behalf of Bermuda and half of not only St. George's fans, but Somerset fans, we just want to thank you. Even if this may be your last one, I'm hoping you hang on just because, you could probably get 1,200. I'm pretty sure you can get 1 next year.
Yeah.
But we just want to thank you for what you've done for not only just the club itself, but for Cup Match itself.
Thank you.
We've been talking to Lionel Can, the captain of St. George's Cup Match team, and we will be back momentarily with more of this Cup Match Highlights show right here on Channel 82.
St. George's.
Yes, I'm shouting out to St. George's, my team for years. I'm Bob Marley's daughter, Sensimilia Marley, and I enjoy St. George's, and I love the team.
So Nikisha, tell us about this Crown and Anchor table. How's it going so far?
It's been a great day so far, and it's only just after lunch, but we're doing really well. So we're loving the people, the energy's great, we're having a good time.
What are you wearing today, and where did you get your inspiration?
I'm wearing a romper, and I got my inspiration to support my team, Somerset.
Can you please tell us who styled you today, and what are you wearing?
I styled myself, and I'm wearing a 2-piece set from Shein. It's very like Barbie aesthetic, early 2000s. That's what I was going for.
Okay, Barbie aesthetic. Can you see it? I can see it.
Well, I come to Cup Match every year. I've been going all my life. So I like to look the part. I like to look nice every year when I go. I like to wear a dress that's airy so you can get the breeze. You want to look your best when you come to Cup Match.
Nothing serious, she don't want drama. Say bend up your waist like an inverted comma. Yeah. Oh,
Somerset,
go down. Take me to the ground. You see all the winding, I like that. The kind of wildness, I like that.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by HSBC Bermuda.
Cup Match in Bermuda brings the community together. And through its lead sponsorship, HSBC is proud to be a part of this important cultural event. Leading up to the event, we have been pleased to host celebratory activities for our customers at our 4 branches and Compass Point. As well as our now famous Cup Match motorcade. And here at the game, through our sponsorship, we're helping to make possible live TV, radio, and internet coverage. From all of us at HSBC Bermuda, we wish you a happy, healthy, and safe holiday.
The Brown Darrow Clinic offers caring professionals ultra-modern equipment, including a high-tech CT scanner and a private environment with parking steps from our door. If you're anxious about a CT scan or afraid of hospitals, our staff will put you at ease. Earlier detection leads to earlier treatment, and Brown Darrow gives you another on-island option for professional care. Brown Darrow Clinic, building trust, one patient at a time.
4K ready box, cloud DVR storage, more local channels on every device in your home. Get more with FiberWire TV.
We are here at the highlights of Cup Match 2019. We're talking to Somerset Cricket Club's captain, Jordan De Silva. Jordan, welcome to our highlight show.
Evening, Sean.
You won the toss and sent St. George's into bat. What was your strategy behind that?
Well, after hearing all the reports about the wicket and everything like that, it was one of those were safety first probably decisions that the team came to. Well, myself and Jeff, and input from senior players. And I think it was just a matter of let's see what it does, from the outside rather than with the pads on. Last thing you want is to be dirty for 4 after the first hour. So that was the thought process behind Berlin, and more so, that's been what we've done most of the time since we had the Cup. I think only last year was the 1 year that we won the toss and batted. So that's a strategy that's worked for us, and we figured that we'll see what it does. Obviously, the wicket played a lot better than most people thought throughout the 2 days, but especially that first day. But that was really the thought process.
So you thought it was a bowler's wicket?
Definitely, and that's what we're used to seeing down there, especially when they don't have the Cup. We're used to seeing, a bowler-friendly wicket. All that grass on it, you expect it to do a lot more than it did. So, but at the end of the day, I thought that what they ended up with, and in the time that they did it in, we wasn't really too concerned after how good the wicket played.
So St. George ended up with 297 for 6, declared a T. You were surprised at that?
I thought they would have declared early. I was expecting us to be batting by T, to be quite honest. But I thought we did well, probably up until that last hour of the innings in terms of the run rate and stuff. I thought we did okay, but that last hour I thought was our time. So once they batted into that hour, it was just a matter of just keeping it almost making them bat as long as they want, because we felt that they had batted too long. 297 was a good score, one of the better scores for a while, but we felt that they took a lot of time out of the game. So we still felt that getting 20 of our wickets was going to be difficult in the time left.
So their strategy would have had to been to build you out twice, but their strategy was also to only bat once.
Exactly.
And so we now understand was the rationale behind batting for so long.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how we were looking at it. We were looking at it, are they going to want to try to bat a second time on it? Because we were expecting it to do so much, and I think they were surprised at the lack of movement out of it and the lack of uneven bounce and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, on that type of wicket, but we also but once they finished batting, it was a matter of, well, if they could get 297 on it, we can too. That was our thought process with our batting lineup. So it wasn't really no worries at that point.
Getting that early wicket, Treadwell Gibbons, obviously a very explosive bat, but not having played much cricket a year. How did you guys were feeling once you got that early wicket?
And Gibbons is out. He's out.
Well, there's always good to get an early wicket, and Treddy's situation isn't really something that we paid attention to because we had that same situation in our camp with Chris. So it's not something that if we expected Chris to get runs, then we can't not think the same about Treddy. But to get Treddy out was always a big wicket, and Malachi seems to make that his annual cup match thing is getting Treddy out. So that was always good to get that, and then obviously Rodney and Tamiko set up and batted, which we know that they're capable of doing. But we was just looking to make sure that they batted longer than they wanted to, which is pretty much, the game plan after winning the toss.
Well, you're talking about time, and that's something that came up in the commentary quite often for the 2 days. But let's stick with the first day, obviously with the players scoring 50s, players and being congratulated by the fans. You guys were in no hurry to get the game started back up again, obviously, just playing it out by time. Do you think that may be hurting some of the game as far as people coming on the field and taking up time? Because there's been questions and murmurs around for a couple of years now how much time we're actually losing in the game. But for the other people will say, it's part of the game.
That's his 50.
To take his, what a way to bring up your 50. Pierce the gap in between the covers and the mid-off, and to bring up his 50. To be recalled by the St. George's selectors to open the batting, to establish a foundation for the St. George's team. Rodney Trott has paid back, and he scored his 50. What a beautiful, beautiful shot that was by Rodney Trott to the extra cover boundary off of Derek Brinkman, and now he is on 52. And as tradition stands, and as it will always stand after Rodney scoring his 50.
I want to know what you think about it as far as, because you're actually on the field and you feel it at times.
I think it's something that would be difficult to get out of the game in cup match, obviously. I don't think it's something that you're going to completely get out. I think even if you made a rule, you would still have certain people that do it. But I think the players have to take a responsibility, because how long do you see the teammates staying out there? You know what I mean? So as a fan, if somebody scored a 50 and his teammate's still out there, that fan's not going to go anywhere yet. You know what I mean? But until he sees the team start going back to the pavilion, you know, I think we have to take responsibility for it as well, because we're usually the first ones out there when our teammate does well. But as long as we're out there, the fans are going to be out there, and they're not going to start to disperse until we do. You know, and we saw it last year with Anais, with that long, you know, prolonged celebration, and it ended up costing them in the end. So I think players take part of the responsibility as well. Fans are going to be fans, and they do it respectfully. You know, it's not as if they do it when they're not supposed to and stuff like that. But I think we got to take responsibility as well, that if they see us still out there, just out there, they're not going to move. You know, so that's how I look at it.
The end of the first session, 112 or so for two, going to lunch. What do you guys thought position-wise, where you think you was at the end of the game?
I thought we were still in a decent position because we had built a good amount of overs. Like the run rate never really got out of hand until, like I said, that last hour. You know, where I thought that they had batted too long. But for that first session, I thought we built well. We had a couple half chances that we could have taken that could have changed the game a bit, and we also had, you know, one or two umpiring decisions that could have went either way as well. That could have changed it, but we were never panicking in terms of where they were, because we felt as if that we had them under control. And with guys like Tamika and Rodney, the main strengths are to just bat long. There's not really guys that you're going to look to accelerate, because both of them, when they started to, ended up getting out.
Malachi Jones to Wilson. Wilson hits this one high into the air, to the extra cover area, and he's going to be out. He's going to be out. Wilson looking to go over the extra cover boundary area.
So up until lunch, obviously when you win the toss and bill, you want more than one wicket. But in terms of runs, it wasn't really a concern for us.
Unlike St. George's in their first, their opening bowlers having a hard time picking up wickets early. But Malachi Jones seems to just love cup match when it comes to wickets, coming into the match with 43 wickets and coming out of the match with 48, surpassing quite a number of guys, especially Dwayne Slugger, Leverock, Alma Hunt, Sheridan Rayner, Arthur Simons. I mean, and just behind Nathaniel Proctor, we're talking legends of the game. I mean, you could probably talk a little bit about Malachi, what he means to you guys. I mean, being that high up in the wicket taking.
Well, he's our senior bowler, you know, and has been our senior bowler for, it seems like, forever. You know, and, you know, people really don't believe how many cup matches Malachi's played. He's played, every cup match since he was, 16 years old, and that's why his numbers are the way they are. But like you said, you know, he wasn't 100%, but he still affected the game. He got 5-6 wickets in the game. So Malachi always seems to find a way for people to remember him. You know what I mean? You know, so to speak, like, but they said that it was the first, he will be, if he gets it next year, he'll be the first person to get to 50 in how long? It's been a while. I remember seeing it in the news. Exactly. So that shows you how consistent that he's being. You know, he takes the new ball every year, and you don't have to worry about him. You know that he's a smart bowler, and he showed that even more so this year, you know, with the injury that he was carrying, that he could still think people out, and he did that most of his wickets.
Speaking of injuries, your team was affected by a number of injured players over the course of the 2 days. Two questions in that regard. How did that impact your strategy and how the game was played? And number two, are we ready for 2 days of cricket if our players are injured after playing a season of one-day cricket? Are players in condition for 2 days of cricket on the trot like that?
Probably not, to be honest, and that's just based off match practice. You know, some guys could obviously get personally fit. You know, what cricket you play shouldn't affect it, but unless you're actually playing that, it's hard to condition yourself for it. You know, I fell to it, you know, on that second day. You know, Dion had a problem the first day and a couple other guys, but I just think that it's something that you have to condition yourself for it, but it's hard if you're not doing that throughout the year. So you're used to fielding 50 overs, we fielded almost 70 that first day. You know, so that extra 20 overs could make a difference. But I think it's something that has to be looked into. The national program had an effect on that as well. You know, guys were training 3-4 times a week leading up to cup match and all that, which obviously isn't a burden. You know, you represent your country. You know, that's just a one season thing. So I definitely think it's something that could be done better. Yeah.
We're talking to Somerset Cricket Club's captain, Jordan De Silva, and we'll be right back with our Cup Match 2019 highlights right here on Channel 82.
Have Dreams of starting a business in Bermuda? Looking to grow your existing business? BEDC is the premier source of free business advice and guidance in Bermuda. We use innovative solutions to support new and existing entrepreneurs with education, management, advocacy, networking, and financing. Let BEDC help you reach your business goals. We're only a call, email, or click away. Call 292-5570 or stop by our offices in Sophia House to become a member today. BEDC, Bermuda Business starts here.
Calling all health seekers.
Looking for health information? Want to get fit? Spend time with the family and have fun?
On Wednesday, September 25th, 2019, the Department of Health celebrates wellness with this year's focus, Healthy Aging. From 2:30 to 6:30 p.m. in the Victoria Park, enjoy a variety of activities, entertainment, and sounds by DJ Pepe. During this event, you'll get to participate in a simulated dementia experience, enjoy Move More Bingo, speak to a variety of health professionals, enthusiasts, and much more. Admission is free, so bring the entire family.
Come and join the fun and work out with me, along with the ladies from Energized Wellness Division.
And if you're a senior, 65 and older, you'll receive a complimentary soup and roll. That's Wednesday, September 25th, from 2:30 to 6:30 p.m. at Victoria Park in the city of Hamilton. The Department of Health, celebrating wellness, where healthy aging starts today.
4K ready box, cloud DVR storage, more local channels on every device in your home. Get more with FiberWire TV.
Welcome back. We're talking here with Somerset's captain Jordan De Silva, and we looked at the game itself. 297 for 6 declared around 4:30. You guys getting to bat just after tea. End of the day, 110 for 4 as the captain, and you was actually came in, so I'm pretty sure you wasn't expected to come in so early, or come in the first day. But how do you guys felt you was in that position at the end of the day?
4 wickets was obviously more than we would have hoped to have lost in that 3-hour period. I thought a couple of wickets could have been avoided. The run out to start. You never want to run out period, but when it's the opening wicket, because it didn't look like St. George's was going to get either of them 2 out. And then, Frey played, I would say, an uncharacteristic shot for him. I won't say a bad shot, but it was uncharacteristic for him, and I'm sure he has looked at that since that day and probably thinking he could have did a bit better. Obviously, Dion went down, and that was Dion was sort of our safety. I wouldn't say safety net, so to speak, going into the second day, where with 4 wickets down, but we still got Dion to come, and then obviously we sent Greg as a night watchman. That didn't. It worked out to get us to overnight, but we ended up losing that wicket. I think Stephen got out 15 minutes before the close or something, and then I ended up coming in. So
Oh, he's bowled! He's bowled! He's bowled! Oh, Trot! Odebrier's has played over the top. Odebrier's has played over the top of this one. And
it was not the best position, but like I said earlier, we looked at it as that we got batting all the way down to 11. Our last 3-4 guys aren't just bowlers. These are guys that have scored hundreds, and that's what our team was picked around. So we had confidence that we could still get runs. And LJ, the Colt, had a good little innings. Maybe a bit of inexperience came through a little bit in terms of 1 too many shots, but he showed Bermuda that he could bat. When his confidence is there. So, but at 110 for 4, we still felt we was in the game. St. George's might have been confident because they hadn't been in this position after the first day in a while, which is fair. But we still had confidence that if they could get 300, we can too.
Talking about the actual game itself, when you look at in that position that you guys were in, were you thinking that we could have gotten maybe more runs, or what was the score you was looking at around that time?
We was looking at maybe more closer to 150. In that 3 hours, but of course, as you lose wickets, your target has to come down a bit, and then it was just a matter of not trying to lose any more wickets. So I think for that last hour, it was almost survival mode with Stephen and LJ at the time, and then Greg as the night watchman. So 150 was probably the score we was looking at going in, but then it has to be adjusted as the game changes.
Question for you: when it comes to survival, you're talking about survival mode. We're talking about just before a break, maybe water break, maybe lunch break, maybe tea break, maybe the end of the day. How important it is for guys just to keep focused and not trying to lose wickets, especially when they're probably the mindset is to be a very aggressive batsman.
Exactly.
Nature-wise, the naturally are really aggressive. But as a captain, you're saying, guys, I just need you to stay there at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's difficult, and I think it's difficult for anybody, whether they're an aggressive player or not, because you have that don't get out mindset, and it's hard because sometimes you become lazy or you just become complacent because you're not even trying to score. So I think you have to find the right balance. If a guy builds a rank bad ball, you got to put it away because you still got to score runs. But it's difficult, and I ended up having to do that for that last 15 minutes where all you're thinking about is betting the next morning, which is hard because you got to think about that time now, which is why opening batsmen will hate if the team gets built out an hour before they close the play, because you almost feel like you're not betting for nothing because after half an hour we're going to go off and come back tomorrow. So it's a difficult thing to do. That was my first time doing it. That's the first time I've been overnight, after the first
Greg's done it a few times.
Greg's done it. He's been night watchman a couple. I think his Colt year he was a night watchman and he survived. So I guess that's his calling. But no, it's not easy. But I guess, it's all betting's mental anyway. So I guess it doesn't really change in terms of your mentality, in terms of focusing on every ball and playing every ball on its merit. If it's a bad ball, hit it. If it's not, keep it out.
So going into day 2, you were 119 for 4, as Jason said, 178 behind. What score did you have in mind as the ultimate score that you wanted, the best score that you wanted?
Well, the thought overnight was it wasn't really a score. We felt that if we were still batting come lunch, then we was in a good position in terms of third time, in terms of burning us out, burning us out again.
So was your strategy to play for a draw, or you wanted to?
It wasn't really to play for a draw. That was the first goal. We didn't think that we could get to 300 by lunch, but so the first goal was to still be batting at lunch. And then after that, we wanted to overtake the score and then get whatever lead we was able to get, which I think was about 20 runs. So the overnight, just thinking overnight was just to make sure we were still batting at lunch. And then obviously Dion showed that we wasn't just playing for a draw because he played some shots, and just got us back into the game.
Yeah. All right, we've been talking to Jordan De Silva, the captain of Somerset Cricket Club, on day one of Cup Match 2019 on our highlight show right here on Channel 82.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by HSBC Bermuda.
Since 2006, HSBC Bermuda has been the proud lead sponsor of Cup Match. Just one of the many ways HSBC is committed to our community. Last year in 2018, the bank donated more than $600,000 in support of 16 local charities and programs. Additionally, through sponsorships for events and other community engagement activities, a further $600,000 was invested, taking HSBC's total community investment to $1.2 million in the year. HSBC Bermuda is committed to working to improve our community and its overall societal health, and to truly making a significant and positive difference on our island.
The Brown Darrow Clinic offers caring professionals ultra-modern equipment, including a high-tech CT scanner and a private environment with parking steps from our door. If you're anxious about a CT scan or afraid of hospitals, our staff will put you at ease. Earlier detection leads to earlier treatment, and Brown Darrow gives you another on-island option for professional care. Brown Darrow Clinic, building trust, one patient at a time.
4K ready box, cloud DVR storage, more local channels on every device in your home. Get more with FiberWire TV.
Welcome back to our highlights program, Cup Match 2019. Jordan, day 2. You went into day 2 178 runs behind. Score was 119 for 4. What was your strategy? What score did you have in mind? What were you going for?
Well, our strategy was to overtake the score. I said it on day 1 that we felt that whatever score they could get, we could get, because we felt that our batting lineup was long enough and the wicket played well enough. But the first goal for day 2 was just to be batting at lunch. We felt that no matter what score we had at lunch, if we were batting at lunch, we felt that it was going to be difficult for them to then, send us back in later in the day. So that was the first goal, was just to get, well, we wanted to obviously overtake the score, like I said. You wanted the first innings lead, but the first goal for that first 2.5 hours was to still be batting come lunchtime.
And the ultimately was, you ended up 18 runs ahead and sent Somerset in, sent St. George's back in. It ended up that the second innings could have been played like a 20-20 match.
Definitely. It looked to me. It looked as if St. George's were caught in two minds about, are we going to try and post a score, or are we just going to try and bet? And because a lot of the guys didn't even get out playing attacking shots. A lot of the guys got out just almost not sure what they wanted to do. So so credit to the bowlers. I thought we bowled extremely well. I thought Taryn did a fantastic job taking over on that second day when I was unable to field. But I just thought that we put St. George's in a position where they wasn't really sure what they wanted to do, and be putting the pressure back on them. You know, after such a good first day for them, I think the first session on the second day sort of deflated them a bit, and we took the momentum going into the second innings, and that showed.
A couple of moments on that second day. Dion's 50, finally getting to 50. I mean, for the boys, obviously, you guys are happy for him, but for Dion, what was it like for him? I mean, I'm pretty sure you could probably speak a little bit on Dion getting that 50, his first 50.
Lovely shot.
What a glorious stroke. And that brings up his 50.
Yes.
That brings up his 50. Dion Stubble
finally got his
classic cover drive.
You know what?
On the back foot, punched that one right through to the cover point boundary for 4. He moves on to 50. His 50 coming in how many deliveries, Lorenzo? His 50 coming in 57 deliveries. Fine style.
And Sean, just to say, that's the monkey off his back.
That's right. Just the words out of my mouth.
So many expectations over the years.
That's right.
And he's answered today.
Put it this way, it took a lot for him not to go back to bet the first day. That's how bad he wanted to bet. Like, trust me, he was begging the physio to let him go back out there, and we kept telling him, Dion is in here, hour left for a hold. It doesn't make sense. You know, he was hungry to bet that first day. And all he talked about was 50. You know, that's all he wanted to do. And I told him on the ride back to the hotel that night, I said, me and you are both getting 50 tomorrow. I really told him that. You can ask him yourself. You know, I just had that feeling about it, you know, and I was betting with him when he got it, you know, so I was extremely happy to be out there with him, because he's been wanting that for so long, because he feels like he's been cutting the public short, because everyone knows how talented he is. And last year he did it with the ball, and then this year he finally came good with the bet when we really needed it. It wasn't as if it was a pointless 50. We really needed it.
Well, we've been saying in our commentary for a couple of years now that we just need a catalyst, because we think he could probably go and break some records, because he's that talented. You know, there's not so many players you could say that could actually break Gennaro's, even score the 183 or 186, I believe, whatever it is. But he's one of those players who has the mindset, has the shots, has the skills, and who can actually do it. And to see him finally get the 50 was an emotional thing. Now, obviously, you're 50. Very emotional.
Oh, this one is, it could have been a good catch. Could have been a good catch, but Jordan De Silva, now he's saying this is his 50 runs and is dedicating it to someone over there. He's racing towards the pavilion. That ball was outside the off stump. He late cuts it and gets across the man that slipped, which is O.J. Pitcher. There is a story behind Jordan De Silva today.
A lot of people didn't know the backstory, because we know we tried to interview you prior to the morning.
Yeah.
And then I just want to tell you, so Sean, we got a message saying that Jordan's apologizing that he can't interview with us. And I'm like, why he needs to apologize? Because something has happened. And when we saw him, when you ran down to the boundary, it all made sense to everybody.
Yeah. Everyone found out that it was Dalen Richardson's grandma, and I'm actually very close to that family, because Dalen's oldest cousin and myself were like brothers growing up, and I'm almost like her other grandchild, you know. So I got that word Thursday night, and it hit me hard, because I was actually at her house for dinner on the Sunday before. Wow. First time I had been to her house in probably 10 years, you know. Wow. So then I got that news, and it really hit me, and to be honest, in my head I said, that's probably the worst news St. George's could have heard, because that put me on and obviously, you know, a lot of things happened, you know, in my innings. You know, I had a few chances go on, and
a few?
I would say a few. I can't remember the exact number.
I think it was close to 5, maybe.
But most of them came after 50. but yeah, so then that last ball went to the boundary, you know, it was just about, you know, making sure that the family knew that, that was for her. You know, because that family was close to me, and obviously with Dalen being in the team, Dalen showed a lot of strength. He was actually dismissed from the team for that, and he came back, you know, and yeah, so he actually got permission to stay away. He said, nah, I want to be part of the team, so even more so.
That's fantastic. So your strategy going into the second innings for Somerset in batting, were you going out there to win?
Then we were batting.
Then you went into bat. So you only batted for one ball, but you needed 130.
Oh yeah, we
in order
138. We definitely went out there to try and win the game.
But you needed 12 runs and over.
Yeah, we looked at it as a point. We looked at it as we felt it was a better chance of us winning than them, because we figured if we lose 3 or 4 wickets, then we just close it up, and then we can't see them building us out in 10 overs, to be honest. So we definitely went out there with the intentions of winning. Obviously, what ended up happening was unfortunate. And thankfully, Dion was okay and was cleared to travel the next day and everything like that. He's told me that even if he's playing against under 12s, he'd be wearing a helmet from now on. He's told me that since then, but it's just glad that he was okay. And you don't really want to see a cricket game end like that. People were probably excited that we was going for the score, and then obviously that just changed the whole mood. But thankfully, he was all right.
All part of the atmosphere of Cup match.
Definitely.
And as you were saying, it's just something that's difficult to control. You got to just think about how it can be managed.
Last question for you. This might have been the last Cup match for Lionel Can. What do you think he's done for Cup match?
I think Lionel's done a lot. His on that list of 1,000 run scores. I think it's only 5 or 6 of them. He's one of them. I'm seeing Lionel play so many different innings. I'm seeing him make 100 or 50 balls. I'm seeing him make 30 off 100 balls. I'm seeing him save Cup match. I'm seeing him win it. He's just been a very, very good player for St. George's to have. Not just for St. George's, but for Bermuda. We guys enjoy competing against him as a competitor. He loves the game. He's passionate. He knows it. And if this is his last one, it will be a miss for Cup match, because he does entertain the crowd still when he's ready. And like I said, and for us, he's a stubborn one. Like I said, I'm seeing him play every single type of innings you could think of. He's been captain on a few occasions. So he'll definitely be a miss for Cup match, absolutely.
We've been talking to Jordan De Silva, the captain of Somerset Cricket Club. Congratulations, Jordan. Your team have retained the Cup another year. We'll see what happens in 2020. We're here at Cup Match highlights of Cup Match 2019 on Channel 82. We'll be right back.
Ever wanted to be part of a live studio audience? Well, now's your chance.
It's time to get the tea with your hosts, Tanika Eve, Patricia Pudson-Nesbitt, Aziza Ferbert, Marlene Juliet Flynn, Kristen White.
The Tea, the Caribbean's newest talk show, discussing female issues. Be part of the drama, have a laugh, and of course receive all the tea. For more information, visit theteatalkshow.com or call 296-2605.
Get ready box, cloud DVR storage, more local channels on every device in your home. Get more with FiberWire TV.
Welcome back to Channel 82, our Cup Match 2019 highlight show. We're here with LJ Richardson, the Colt from Somerset Cricket Club. Welcome, LJ.
Thank you. Good evening.
Well, LJ, Colt, that's got to be something for Somerset, but also coming in, you got a little reputation behind your family. You're fathering some players. You're fathering your daddy, your cousins, uncles. You're fathering some players that came in this match. What was it like for you coming in as a Colt? Obviously knowing that your dad played, everybody played. What was it like for you? What was their best advice for you?
Well, to start off, for me, I kind of want to say I felt at home, because in a way I grew up around the team. From I want to say around 12 years old, I was just always around them every Cup match. Well, I was with my dad, just sitting there with him, because unlike a lot of people, I was really focused on the game and not the festivities of Cup match. Those didn't really entertain me. I was really into the cricket. So everyone in that team I've been around for so long that it almost felt natural for me to be there.
Pitcher then sweeps. He could be out, and he's going to be out. He sweeps to the backward square leg boundary, where he's going to be caught by LJ Richardson.
Yep.
Yeah, he's going to be caught by LJ Richardson, the Colt.
The best advice they gave me is to just play my game, just go out there and just be me. So.
Now, St. George's batting first, obviously took a little butterflies away, fielded well,
thank you.
But then starting to go into bed. Now, we know it took a while before you got off the mark.
Yeah.
Was that probably one of the longest ever? Did it seem like forever to get off the mark?
Yeah, it did at first, but I just, stuck to it. I I don't really want to say it, but I was very nervous when I first went out there.
You don't have to say it, we all knew.
Yeah, it was, but like once I got my opportunity, you know, I got the bare ball, I put it away, and I got comfortable, and from there on, everything happened.
Going forward now, are you looking to keep and retain your spot in Cup match and make sure whoever tries to get it, you're gonna make it as hard as possible? Because when you have the likes of Kamal Leverett not being in the side and Trey Manners looking to come back, obviously your spot's gonna be one of the spots where, you know, LJ is young, it's probably got more years. For you, what is your goal now?
It's to stay there, you know. I'm trying to secure my spot, so come next year, I'm gonna just fight for it, you know. Like you said, with Kamal coming back and Trey Manders, you know, it is going to be a battle, and hopefully I will be able to secure my spot and stay in the team and play up Somerset.
Tell us about your preparation for Cup match.
For the most part, I was just relaxing, you know, not doing anything physical, just taking care of myself. You know, I wasn't riding my bike anywhere I didn't need to, things like that, because a lot of accidents have put out some of our players, and that was just one thing I was very cautious of. So that was pretty much it, and just getting a good night's rest. I don't necessarily have a routine when it comes to getting ready.
Superstitions?
Nah, for me it's just, for the most part I go about my daily life and just do what I would usually do. I feel like if I try to switch anything up, that's what will mess me up.
Tell us about your daily life. What's going on with LJ Richardson these days?
As of right now, I'm just working at Butterfield Bank, you know, making some money, because I am in university, so.
Whereabouts?
In Cardiff, Wales. So, working, you know, making money so I can take some of the burden off of my parents, you know, and, you know, rely on myself for a bit of the time while I'm out there.
Talk about your parents. Let's talk about your father, because I got to speak with him the second morning. And I asked him a question. I said, by the way, how many runs you scored on your first Cup match? He told me 1. I said, your boy scored 29 runs, one of you. What was that conversation? You know, knowing he only scored 1 in his first Cup match, you scored 30.
That's actually interesting you bring that up, because I want to say at least 3 days before the Cup match, he brought it up to me. You know, we had the conversation. He told me, look, I only made 1 my first Cup match, so all you have to do is make 2, and he'll do better than me. So that's just something I kept in mind. But if anything, just talking to him afterward, he was proud. Like, he was just happy to see me, you know, get out of that rough period when I first went out there and go out and show what I'm capable of. So for him, it was more so, he was just very proud of me.
Well, he certainly made up for that 1 run over the next few years, so no need to worry about it. We're talking to LJ Richardson, the young Colt. He had his first year in Cup match, full of nerves.
Yeah. Too much.
Nerves are going now, so you can do it again next year, and nerves won't be there. Huh?
For sure.
Good. Great experience, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, greatest. I wouldn't say best experience of my life so far.
Nothing like Cup match.
Nothing like it.
I can imagine. LJ Richardson, the coach for Somerset Cricket Club. We'll be right back with this Cup match highlight show right here on Channel 80.
Ever wanted to be part of a live studio audience? Well, now's your chance.
It's time to get the tea with your hosts, Tanika Eve, Patricia Pudson-Nesbitt, Aziza Furbert, Marlene Juliet Flynn, Kristen White.
The Tea, the Caribbean's newest talk show, discussing female issues. Be part of the drama, have a laugh, and of course receive all the tea. For more information, visit theteatalkshow.com or call 296-2605.
Welcome back. We are here at our Cup Match 2019 highlight show. We're talking with Mr. Neil Painter, the president of St. George's Cricket Club. Welcome, Neil.
Thank you, guys. Nice to be here.
And first of all, we want to give you our heartfelt congratulations on a very successful Cup match.
Well, thank you. I mean, we couldn't have done it without the tremendous team that we had at St. George's Cricket Club. I thought our management and our committee and the members rallied around to ensure that it was a successful Cup match.
Tell us what goes into the preparation for such a huge event. You start this way.
When it ends in Somerset. So basically the preparation starts once it ends at one end of the island. We start to formulate our plan moving forward. I would say probably around October of the previous year, and then we start to formulate what needs to be done, what type of contracts we want to formulate, and then we start to set the ball roll maybe around January 1st. And from January 1st up until the date the cup match happens, everything goes into play.
As time has gone on and the event has grown and grown, we see the structure around which cup match is organized. We see it developing. We see it's getting more and more professional, for want of a better word. And I guess that's what has to happen because the event itself is growing more and more.
Yeah, cup match is evolving every year. From 1902 to now, it has evolved tremendously, and people need to understand that this is done by volunteers. We all have our own jobs, we all have our own lives, our own families, and we do this out of the love of our club and our community. So it is evolving technologically, socially. Everything is evolving, and it's becoming a tremendous expense only because what the people want, and we're here to please the people and please the public.
There has been a lot of commentary about the fact that this cup match is probably the most regulated cup match that we've had ever. What's your thoughts on that?
Ever. I think that is the word, ever. And I know our management team can attest to that. We have been put under the gun. We have been charged with ensuring that the general public is safe, not only the players, but the spectators that come in from the health department to the planning department. I think those are the two major entities that put us under the gun. But I felt that our team, that led by Romeo Ruddock and Michelle Painter, stepped up to the wicket because they were charged with ensuring that whatever the government agencies needed, that they passed the information on to us, and we ensured that things went well. And I think that we attest, and we did what we had to do.
So this must then have a tremendous financial impact.
Oh, most definitely. We've spent some money that we thought that we could keep, you know what I mean? And we didn't have, but at the end of the day, the safety of our spectators is paramount. And we've always done that. We didn't need the government agencies to tell us that this is what has to be done. Our only thing was that, we felt that we should have known a lot earlier, because as we are an organization that is run by volunteers. So had we known, say, right after Somerset Cup match that this is what needed to be done, I can assure you that St. George's Cricket Club would have been ready and willing to do what we had to do. Bear that in mind, we were given short notice, but guess what? We stepped up to the plate, and I think that our team done a tremendous job.
The grounds were in first-class condition, the organization was in first-class shape. I don't think that there could be any complaints about how well Cup Match was put together, and kudos to you and your team for putting on a first-class event. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but positive feedback. Even our management team has heard nothing but positive feedback. Can we improve? Yes, we'll always improve from year to year, but from what we had to endure leading up to Cup Match, I thought that our team done a tremendous job, and I want to give them the great things that they need.
Your preparation so now you have a year off, and then you get to go up to Somerset next year, relax and enjoy it, and then you'll start again the day after it finishes in Somerset, getting ready for it coming back to St. George.
Yeah, obviously we're a team now. Obviously we have AGMs and things happen and things can change, but at the end of the day, the team that we have now, I think, work well together. We have a mix of youth and experience, that are willing to work together to ensure that this event remains viable and remains something that, like I said, for the next 500 years in St. George's and Somerset. So I'm looking forward to, I'm sure my team is looking forward to relaxing this year, but we're not just relaxing, we also assist the other club in their preparation. Maybe not deeply involved, but we have meetings where we work together to ensure that at both ends it's a success. And I think it's important that what we were challenged with this year, that we share with Somerset, and the government agencies also share with Somerset, so that we can ensure that what happens in Somerset ensures that the public is safe and that it's a wonderful event.
I personally think the Cup Match is getting bigger and bigger. It's the amount of people that were there over the course of those 2 days. I think that's probably one of the biggest crowds that I've ever seen. And people wonder how they can fit into the same size venue, but the structures are going up higher and higher and higher. And,
Yeah.
and that is a testament to the fact that the event is really
Yeah, and I've had some conversation where people say, well, it don't seem like as much people on the grounds. I said, no, because we're going up.
Yeah.
Before we was expanding out. Now we're going up. So if you take 2 levels off of those structures and then you put them on the ground, with the people, where would they fit?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's important that people understand that, you know, I think Cup Match is going to continue to get bigger and bigger, and it's going to be important that not only government, but corporate Bermuda and the Bermuda public continue to support an event that has been going on for over 100 years and will continue for another many more 100 years.
Now, we're talking with the president, Neil Painter, not only the president, but a sportsman, not just an athlete. Now, you told us those are 2 days you actually took off. You know, you done your work, you got to sit back and watch the game. Give us 3 moments for you watching the game. Give us 3 moments of what you can remember about 2019 Cup Match.
Well, there are two moments that come to mind, and there are 2 young men who grew up in St. George's and live and die in St. George's, and that's Anias Bascom and Makai Simmons, making their 50. And I know Anias made 100 last year. That's a milestone. But those are 2 players who bleed blue and blue, and for them to come through and show that, you know, the real grit and determination is why they're St. Georgians. For me, that was heartwarming to see those young men come up and produce on their home ground.
Yes.
On their home ground. That is 2 moments that come to me. Now, the other moment that comes to me is that I felt that our team really acquitted themselves. You know, yes, we did drop some catches, but I think we showed the rest of the island that what St. George's was about. And I think that the game of cricket that was played definitely on the first day and even part of the second day showed that cricket is not lost in Bermuda, and that Cup Match is a viable sporting event that we will enjoy, and those young men will always acquit themselves and provide entertainment for the public.
Last question for you, as a president of a local club, how important it is to nurture these young men, actually starting out with boys, and to see them, you said Makai and these guys, you've seen these guys in the minors, the lower leagues, the grassroots, all the way up now to the senior. As a president, what does it mean for you and your coaches staff?
Well, I think it's important, not only, I think people need to understand the importance of community clubs. If you take every community club out of every community that they're in, Bermuda would be worse off. We do have some challenges in our island, and as an educator, seeing these young men and young women within our education system and see them come through clubs and have a positive impact on our community is without a doubt. It's wonderful to see, and nothing against the young women because they have their place as well, but to see young men who are often chastised for what they do that's negative, and when we have young men who come through and do positive things in their younger lives, they may have had some challenges and then come to fruition like we see now. I think it's important that we uplift them and show them all the respect that they deserve.
Now, obviously, you probably wasn't happy with the result, but it's always next year.
Yeah, but like I tell people, I've never had a bad Cup Match. I may not like the result, but I've never had a bad Cup Match. The only thing I didn't like about this Cup Match was that the game ended the way it did, because we still had 11 overs left, and anything could have happened.
Give us your thoughts quickly about how we can control that.
The way the game ended? I think we need to sit down with the officials, the players, and come to some consensus of how we move this game so that it comes to an end instead of an abrupt end.
We're talking with Neil Painter, the president of St. George's Cricket Club, a man who bleeds blue and blue. Congratulations, Neil, on a very successful Cup Match. Thank you for joining us. We are here at our Cup Match highlight show of Cup Match 2019 right here on Channel 82.
We're done our Cup Match 2019. No, I brought my own drip out today. How you feeling about the day so far?
Hey, boss, it's hot, but I'm enjoying it, you feel me?
Okay. Down there with my boy. Shout yourself out on the camera. What's your name?
Zayande.
I'm first St. George's. Who's your team?
Somerset.
Any of you guys that have been to Green Light, you know about my girl, Vosh. Who's your Cup Match team?
Somerset.
Who's your Cup Match team?
Somerset.
We ain't getting related no more. I'm die-hard St. George's. The atmospheres are getting good. It's just a Bermuda full holiday, right?
Yeah, amazing vibes, amazing vibes.
You ain't gonna see nobody else in this.
These guys wanted to interview there. They must have had TV. They're like, yeah, I want to be on the TV. St. George's is going to bring the cup home this year. How you feel about that?
It's absolutely no way St. George's will bring that cup home.
Any of you guys that listen to the radio, you know this voice.
Pom pom!
You had it right here on ITK3.
And welcome back. We are here at our 2019 Annual Cup Match Classic Highlights Show, and we're here with Brandy Bassett, the Secretary of St. George's Cricket Club, and Romeo Ruddock, a member of the management who's particularly tasked with the project management of Cup Match. Welcome to you both.
Thank you.
So, Cup Match 2019 got off without a hitch, most would say. What would you say about that?
I would agree with that.
So it was a spectacularly planned and well-organized presentation, but we know that it takes a tremendous amount of organization to put something of that scale and of that magnitude together. When do you start your work?
We start early, real early. We start from probably around November, and then we kick things into gear probably starting in January and moving forwards.
So give us an idea of the amount of organization and the scope of work that you have to put in place.
I'm going to punt to Brandy for that one.
I would say on a weekly basis, just going to the club every day to make sure that everything is on schedule, checking the emails, touching base with the plot holders and things like that. So making sure that every day we are touching base to make sure that things are running smoothly.
So we're talking about we're talking about organizing the scaffolding.
Yeah.
We're talking about organizing the vendors. Yeah. And what else? What other things?
Vendors, crown and anchor, the plot holders. That's pretty much what I focused on, mainly the plot holders and the vendors.
And then there's the alcohol sales. So that's something that the clubs have taken on themselves now.
Right.
Is that proving to be a challenge? Is that something that you now, because you've been doing it a few years, you've got the system now in place? Or,
yeah, the system is in place now. We've been doing it for a while now, so that's in place. The other things that we do early on as well is we secure the security company. We look at staff and we put an ad out in the newspaper to let people know that we're hiring. We go through an application process and a vetting process, and we start having our meetings early on to see where staff are needed.
So you've been doing this for a number of years, and are you finding that every other year that the work or the regulations that are required are getting more and more intense?
Yes. This year in particular was really tough for us.
So give us an example of that.
So for example, this year, as far as the scaffolding itself, the structure of the scaffolding itself, there was a lot of regulation there. And let me go back and talk about how we came to that. There was a Cup Match planning committee that was formed by Superintendent Naima Aswood. She was the goal commander for Cup Match this year, and her team. So all the agencies that were involved in Cup Match got together on a weekly basis on Mondays, every Monday, about starting 2 months before Cup Match. And we go through different scenarios. We plan for any kind of situation that may arise. Out of that committee came the Joint Agency Command Center, the JAC. And in that command center, you had police, fire, St. John's Ambulance, Royal Bermuda Regiment, Health, and other agencies that were directly involved in Cup Match. There was a lot of talk before about, the clubs are not big enough. But I think that if we have the investment from the private sector as well as government as far as infrastructure is concerned, then when we get to 2021, we have everything that we need, and it's just, we have a system in place that we follow.
Just like putting the blocks back in place.
Right, exactly.
It's just apart and putting it back.
Yes, exactly. It's just making sure that we have the investment in our infrastructure to be able to function like that.
Well, I don't think that there's anyone who would disagree with me when I say that it was a resounding success. I always say that for me, it's the best event of the year. It's like Christmas. It's bigger than Christmas for most people, and everyone looks forward to Cup Match. And then, of course, you took a chance with the television broadcast this year.
Yeah, we took a huge chance, but it paid off. A few weeks before Cup Match is when Channel 82 came on board. We had a situation where we had another vendor, but that didn't come through, and these guys really brought it. For the first time, we had HD quality. So from my standpoint, I get a lot of compliments about the broadcast this year, and that's a testament to the Channel 82 team. That would be Lamone Woods and then Amir X. It wasn't just the broadcast, but it was a full production. If you came to Cup Match, you saw leading up to, as you're walking up to the gate, there was decorations all over, there were plants, it was everything. If you go on social media, you'll see in the Western end, we had the, where they did the bats and the stage back there, people were taking pictures. So it was the full production, and it was a great team.
Great. Your club did a fantastic job. From the field being in first-class condition to the infrastructure, and people don't realize the level of organization that's required when you talk about things like waste management, trash, and you talk about the vendors, and you talk about the liquor and the ice and the scaffolding and just the whole man management thing. It's just a tremendous undertaking, but by all accounts, it was done in first-class fashion. So you deserve congratulations and thanks from the whole community. Job well done.
Thank you.
We're talking to Romeo Ruddock and Brandy Bassett, who are responsible, the stakeholders of the St. George's Cricket Club's management team that put on 2019 Cup Match. Right here, we're talking to them. Thank you both for joining us. You are watching our Cup Match highlights broadcast on Channel 82.
Box, cloud DVR storage, more local channels on every device in your home. Get more with FiberWire TV.
Yes, by all accounts, it's Cup Match 2019. It's all over, but it was a resounding success.
I mean, to think and hear all the strategies from the captains, talking about the butterflies with the young man, LJ Richardson, even talking about the infrastructure, all the challenges that these clubs had. I mean, it was a lot packed into this one Cup Match on the field.
But what we've learned is that it takes a lot of work to get it ready, to get the infrastructure, to get the field ready, to get the teams ready, and then it all boils down to the 2 days when those two gladiator teams take to the field and make sure that Bermuda is entertained for the 2 days. And it has happened without a shadow of a doubt. Everyone should be pleased.
Even though the game ended in a draw, I believe both teams and both clubs have won.
Nothing like Cup Match. I can't wait for 2020. We'll be there.
We will be.
Can't wait to be there. We want to give a special shout out to Crimson Multimedia and the Geno Group, who've put on this production here today. They provided the television coverage that was available on Channel 82 and streamed all around the world. First class production.
Sean, I gotta say shout out to the whole team, because when we was brought on and to see a bunch of young people put this together who had never done Cup Match, I don't think had ever done a cricket game, and pulled it all off in a short amount of time. So just gotta say shout out to the guys, the biggest, as the producers. Big shout out to those guys, but not only to have a team that was ready to go at a moment's notice, and they pulled it off. So hats off to you guys, and I look forward to seeing you guys in 2020.
Well, that's it from us. We hope you've enjoyed our highlights of this year's Cup Match Classic 2019, as well as the ladies of the tea. And so, as we say at the Voice of Summer, all that remains is to close the scorebook on another annual Cup Match Classic. We'll see you next year.